Hi, this is Amy from ULC Seminary, and today I'd like to talk about clutter, both the physical kind and the spiritual kind. Frequently, well, practically every day, I get emails and phone calls from people who are in many ways unhappy with their lives, unhappy with their choices, unhappy with their circumstances, just unhappy. And a lot of them feel overwhelmed. They're just for any variety of reasons, with emotions, with just circumstances, whatever. Some of that, I think it can be addressed with the idea of reducing the clutter in one's life. I've been emailing with a friend of mine, Victoria Hogan, and hi Victoria. And over the last quite a while, she has been sharing with me how she has been reducing a lot of things in her life, physical things. She's just letting go of things, putting them in a Goodwill box, giving them to people who need it or appreciate it, and just giving things away. And she said at first it was very difficult because, these are her things. These are things that have energy on them. They have meaning. They have so much involved with it. But she said as she's releasing them and just letting them go, she's feeling lighter and lighter. And I've been reading these and emails from her and admiring her for doing that and thinking, God, I want to do that. I should really do that. As a housekeeper, I always say that my housekeeping makes other people feel good about their housekeeping. It's not something I'm very good at. And for those of you who are good housekeepers and great at cooking meals and take great pride in your decorating and other stuff, I totally admire you, because that's not a strong suit of mine. What I am good at, though, is collecting a lot of junk. My house is much more cluttered than I would like it to be. So this last month or so, I have been making it a point to declutter. And it's more difficult than one would think. It's not just a matter of saying, where it's real obvious of here's all the junk and I'm just going to get rid of it. What I'm finding, and this is true both on a spiritual level and on just physical level, the two really go together, is that clutter is first of all things that don't have a place. There's that saying, a place for everything and everything in its place. If something doesn't have a place, then you either need to make a place for it or get rid of it. See if it's something that you really need. This is true on a physical level. I've been going through, and it might take me 20 minutes. I looked underneath the kitchen or the bathroom sink, and I found stuff I've been holding on to, like someday I'm going to use this cleanser, or someday I'm going to use this whatever. And there were a couple things that were probably 20 years old. Okay, I'm not going to use them. Let's just own it. I'm not going to use it. Yes, I paid for it. Yes, I've been holding on to it. Yes, I had great intention when I bought it. But the truth is, I'm not going to use it. If I haven't used it in 20 years, I'm probably not going to use it. No, I'm definitely not going to use it. So I made a garbage pile and I made a Goodwill pile, and I started cleaning things out. And I did underneath the sink, and I did things in the china hutch. Things that, my mom said, you really should have that punch bowl just in case you're ever going to need to make punch. It's been sitting there 15 years. I don't make punch. So I think I used it once just because I was going to use it. It's hard to find, I'm going to use it. But what I'm finding is that the more I get rid of things, the more I see things that want to be gotten rid of. Like I'll look around and I look at an area that doesn't look clean and fresh. It doesn't look in present time. And so I'm doing things a little at a time, letting things go. This is also true of spiritual things or emotional things, baggage, whatever, is you see people and they say, well, I want to change my whole life. And this is often true of eating and exercising. I'm going to exercise every day. I'm going to get up at 4 a.m. and I'm going to work out, or I'm going to only eat, organic, healthy foods, no more of this or that. And then much to their surprise, after 3 days, they can't do it anymore. They gave up. They said, it's too hard. I can't do it. That's because they're trying to do everything all at once. When it comes to releasing old habits or old thought patterns or things, you have to do it a little at a time. When it comes to decluttering, say, just things, do one little area. One area that you can declutter, clean out, put in present time, put only things there that you need, want, etc., and then leave it be. Do nothing else. Wait till the next day to do something else. And do a little bit at a time. to give yourself the opportunity to learn to live with the changes that you just made. Now, it may seem stupid to go, well, what changes, how do I have to live with the fact that I cleaned underneath the sink? Well, when I got rid of all those things, that 20-year-old whatever, I also released with it the old wish, the old thought pattern that I'm going to use this. This is 20 years old thought pattern of what I'm going to do. And I don't need this anymore. Boy, I remember when I used to collect these, or, oh, so-and-so gave this to me, so it means something. I have to release all of that. You can keep the memory without keeping the thing. Same is true if you want to change your diet or exercise more or whatever. Start by saying, you know what, I'm going to cut down on, instead of drinking 3 cups of coffee a day, I'm going to cut down to 2. Or I'm going to add making sure I drink 1 extra bottle of water a day, or whatever it is you want to do. Add something new and just allow yourself the possibility of releasing something old. You don't even have to specify what it is. You don't have to say, that's it, I'm cutting this out. Say, you know, I'm gonna cut down on doing that. I'm gonna make a different choice. And you can still choose to have ice cream sometimes. You don't have to cut it out completely, but maybe have it, okay, instead of an ice cream this time, I'm gonna make a different choice. And do it just a little at a time, and allow yourself the opportunity to live with your new changes until that new change is no longer a change, it's just how you do things. Otherwise, what happens, if you go through your whole house and you get rid of everything ruthlessly and you throw it all away, what's going to happen is everything's going to feel very empty. Same is true if you say, I can't, it feels like I'm depriving myself if I don't eat ice cream, or if I don't have steak every day, or if God, it's just torture to get up and exercise that often, it's awful. If you are just changing it a little at a time, it just becomes part of who the new you is. And it doesn't have that big empty place. When there's a big giant empty spot in your life, nature abhors a vacuum. What'll happen is it'll fill in with crap. You might empty it all out at once and go, ha-ha, I got rid of it. And then, you know what? Someone's going to come in and say, can you store my stuff? Or this is going to happen, and you're going to get just inundated with probably more stuff than you got rid of. And it's just going to be junk again, because you're used to that feeling of having junk in your space. So what I've been working on, and what I encourage if you're so interested, is to change a little at a time. To release a few things, put it in the garage, or just, move it out a little at a time until all of a sudden things are changing. And you start noticing those changes. And it might take quite a while. It's not going to be an overnight thing. Some people say, I'm going to change everything overnight. Doesn't happen that way, at least not very successfully for most people. Change a little at a time. Change your thought. Instead of saying, I'm just going to, yell and scream or whatever, I'm going to take a deep breath and I'm going to say something different. I'm going to walk out of the room. I'm going to have chicken instead of steak today, this time. Just making different choices and releasing and giving yourself the opportunity to release things, old thought systems, belief systems that aren't working for you anymore, stuff you were told as a child that's just not true. I have friends that just tell me things that they were told as a child, and I have to say that's just not true. That is a flat out not true thing that you've been basing your reality on. And I won't expect them to change everything overnight, but just recognizing that, perhaps that's not true. Maybe I can make a different choice. That can be enough right there to make a difference. So I hope this is little helpful hints. My name's Amy with ULC Seminary. Please visit us at www.ulcseminary.org. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.